According to Idlib, the Syrian government was forced to announce the closure of airspace over Idlib. The closure of airspace over the entire northwestern part of Syria for aircraft and unmanned aerial vehicles was announced earlier than March 1st. The command of the Syrian army noted that any air targets would be considered enemy and should be destroyed. The situation in Idlib escalated in January, when the Syrian government army launched an offensive in the region. On the night of February 28, the Turkish military began to strike at the positions of the Syrian army. The attack was a response to the shelling of a Turkish convoy in the Jebel al-Zawiya region, which killed 33 troops and injured 32 more. Turkey promised to avenge Syrian President Bashar al-Assad for the deaths of soldiers and convened a meeting of the NATO Council. According to local sources and news agency Aviapro, 14-caliber cruise missiles were launched from the area of the Russian Navy base in Tartus, which inflicted a powerful blow on jihadists in Idlib. 14 cruise missiles crossed the midsection over the Syrian coastline and landed in Idlib, said Syrian MC in Twitter. As present, no official comments have been made by Russia on this subject, but as we reported a few days ago, several Russian military warships, each equipped with 8-caliber cruise missiles, were immediately spotted off the coast of Syria. Among other things, there is also evidence that today multiple missile attacks were actually launched on the territory of Idlib.
Two Su-24 bombers, belonging to the forces of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, were shot down by the Turkish military while trying to attack the Turkish Air Force, citing Syrian state agency SANA and Turkish agency Anadolu. The destruction of 2 aircraft of the Syrian Air Force earlier than March 1st was reported by SANA. It was noted that the pilots managed to eject. Prior to this, it also became known that units of the Syrian army shot down a Turkish-made drone used by pro-Turkish militants of the Syrian Free Army SSA. At the same time, the jihadists themselves took the downed UAV for the Syrian Su-24 and attributed its destruction. The situation in Idlib escalated in January, when the Syrian government army launched an offensive in the region. On the night of February 28, the Turkish military began to strike at the positions of the Syrian army. The attack was a response to the shelling of a Turkish convoy in the Jebel al-Zawiya region, which killed 33 troops and injured 32 more. Turkey promised to avenge Assad for the deaths of soldiers and convened a meeting of the NATO Council. Details of the destruction of Syrian aircraft were revealed to the Turkish Ministry of Defense on Sunday, March 1st. According to the military, Turkish troops also destroyed 3 air defense installations of the Syrian army, including the one with which a Turkish unmanned aerial vehicle near the city of Idlib was shot down earlier on Sunday.
Against the backdrop of a large-scale military operation of the Turkish army in Syria, official Tehran demanded that Turkey immediately stop striking at the Syrian army, and threatening to launch a large-scale missile attack on militants and the Turkish military without warning, citing news agency Aviapro report. Iran's statement is primarily due to the absence of any reaction to the Turkish attack by Russia. Iran has officially declared its readiness to take revenge if Turkey does not stop striking Iranian targets in Syria. Tehran is not Damascus, it will not tolerate and listen to Moscow, the military observer community reports to Telegram. It should be clarified that Iran can really strike at militants and the Turkish military, including with the use of ballistic missiles, the effectiveness of which was proved during the attack on American military bases in Iraq. Turkey launched several dozen air and missile attacks on Syrian territory, while the Syrian army managed to bring down at least 4 unmanned aerial vehicles of the Turkish and 2 Su-24 bombers, belonging to the forces of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, were shot down by the Turkish military while trying to attack the Turkish Air Force. Moscow has officially commented on the situation with the large-scale military operation of Turkey in Syria, but over the past 24 hours, Russia's assistance in Syria has been reduced to a minimum.